Hey YouTube. Hey, got a fig tree here that died off, so I just pruned it all the way down to the ground, and it shot up this year, so we're getting a lot of rainwater, so hopefully it'll actually come back and take off. But no, I haven't really given you guys a tour of our farm here. I've shown you the aquaponic system. We also have goats down there and chickens, and one day when I have more time I'll do a full tour. You can see here we've got a lake down there with some pretty good sized bass fishing, and we're also doing a back to Eden garden over behind the greenhouse and leveling off another area here. You can see my office over here where I work. There's our house. It's a little chicken tractor we use when we're brooding the chickens. But I'll go ahead and show you guys the back to Eden garden. We're kind of experimenting this year with that, and so far it's doing okay. I think it gets better and better through the years. We just put the wood chips down this year, so we did put a 3 or 4 inch layer of compost underneath that, and I'd already killed off most of the weeds just by smoothing the area out. I had to level it off. You know, all our land is sloped, so I flattened the area for the garden, and I'll show you that in just a second. Alright guys, here's the back to Eden garden. We've got wood chips from a local arborist. We put those probably 4 or 5 inches deep. I wouldn't suggest putting them so deep, at least not in the rows that you're planting. We did have to kind of rake back, and that made some humps and stuff. Show you back here behind the greenhouse. We've got a water spigot over here, which is handy. We ran that when we ran the greenhouse water. We put in some little thornless blackberries and peppers and tomatoes over here. Transplanted a fig tree over there. I'll come over here a little closer. Alright, you can see we trying out some white and red onions there. We've got beets kind of up here. I did notice they had some leaves that were eaten up. Looks like maybe some slugs or snails of some type. Pepper plants here. Put them in a little early and they died off in the freeze, and they're coming back, so hopefully they'll survive. You see these have a few decent sized peppers on here. We've got some spaghetti squash and green beans that have been producing. Again, we planted those probably a little early as well. We get a lot of wind out here, so that's a problem. Some of the smallest zucchini plants. So again, I'll probably come out here, some basil and a few watermelon vines starting. Here's some tomato plants that are starting to produce. So anyway, again, this is just an experiment. This grape plant I put in looks pretty rough. We've got another area. I'd like to bring in another load of wood chips over here and test some other plants, but so far, you know, it definitely has been low maintenance, not watering near as much as we would. We've ran a soaker hose around here. It's been raining so much here in Texas, you don't really need it. Got a pile down here of horse manure from my neighbor that we're gonna spread probably underneath the wood chips in this other area. I'll probably bring the chicken compost up here and spread it all over the garden whenever you know, the garden's done for the year. We'll probably just go ahead and put that on for the fall garden, and I think over time this will get better and better, but this is our first attempt. Really just got the wood chips down probably 4 or 5 months ago, and the garden in a few months back. So it's still a new test, but we'll I'll keep updated to how it's working out. But I'll show you a little bit more tour. So we've got some peach trees we put in over here, and a little lake down there. But yeah, it's nice and quiet out here. Alright, I'll catch up with you guys next time. Thanks.